I'm Joe Chile. You can listen to me mornings on the Big Weck. Joining us today on the Big Weck's Buffalo on the Rise is Michael Noe, who is the president of Bank on Buffalo. Michael, nice to have you.
Thanks for having me, Joe. I appreciate it.
You know, I have to ask you something, right off the bat. Before we start talking about the specifics of Bank on Buffalo, do people, meaning kids or young adults, even open checking accounts anymore?
It's a great question, Joe. And again, that's something that we've always considered the checking account the core of a banking relationship. And
right.
it has changed over the years with technology and things in the marketplace now that you just want to make sure that you're fundamentally focusing on the families and the kids to make sure that people are having those conversations. It's all about financial literacy and getting people started early to make sure that they understand how a checking account works and how important and valuable it could be to them, not only today, but for the rest of their lives. So we're seeing people, again, not always take that approach where we're trying to make sure we have those conversations and advise them that come in here with your kids, open an account, let's get them started and get them moving on that path to financial literacy.
You know, back when we were growing, we were growing up, me, probably older than you, but it was getting your checking account. That was like a rite of passage. Getting your first credit card, which may or may not at the time been a good idea when we were in college, but I can understand that. But are transfers basically electronic type things now? When I do my banking, I hate to say it, but a lot of it is automatic. I check to make sure it goes out, but a lot of that stuff, I don't want to have to start worrying about it anymore. I can't imagine even writing checks now.
Yeah, technology has really taken over in the past couple of decades, and that's really been a big shift in the marketplace that we've seen. So you're right, a lot of people are getting paid electronically. They're getting their payroll check or Social Security come in the account automatically. They're paying bills outside automatically as well. A lot less paper check writing that does occur. So it's been a big paradigm shift in how people do utilize that core checking account over the years. And it's something that you want to make sure as a bank that you're always up to date with technology and making sure that you're at the forefront to be able to help people with those needs. Because if you think about it, 20 years ago, we were not banking on our phones. We're now banking on our phones and on our computers. So it's a big difference nowadays.
What do you tell people? Bank on Buffalo is relatively new in the market, but it's made great strides. And we see you all over the place out there. What do you tell people when they want to do electronic banking? Are there still people that'll say, "Oh, I don't want my Social Security number out there"? And the fallacy of that is it's out there anyway, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at Bank on Buffalo, we've made great strides in the past 8 years since we started. We've got over 100 employees locally now that we're employing. We've got over 12 locations now that we're out there, and we've got a mobile bank. So yes, when we're talking to people, it's always about making sure that we are on top of their information and making sure that we're protecting it at all levels that we do. So that's very important. People always want to make sure that their information is protected, and that's something that's paramount when we're talking to them, to make sure they understand that we're here to help you, we're here to create wealth, but at the same time we'll do so while protecting your information at all times.
As compared to some of the banks, you're a small bank, but a small bank that thinks big, right? How would you describe that? Does the size matter?
It's a great question, and we always say that we punch a little bit above our weight class because, again, being a somewhat newer bank to the market and having to build our brand over the past 8 years, we're able to do what all the big banks can do. But we've got the local people, the local decision making. We've got individuals here that can make decisions and help the clients, again, to grow and attain and build their wealth. And we feel that the local presence is so important, and that allows us to, again, punch above our weight class and be able to do more for clients as we're able to help them throughout that, again, path towards financial literacy.
And when you talk financial literacy, you're just talking about banking? Are you talking about investing? Are you talking about the myriad of things that we don't learn in school? Unfortunately, sorry, but
It's a great question, and it's all those pieces, right? It's not only you think about banking and maybe that core checking account, but on top of that it's savings. It's savings for you, savings for your kids or grandkids for college, buying that car, buying the first house. It's all aspects of deposits, lending. We have a private banking wealth generated services that is second to none, where we can help people, again, plan for retirement, focus on that next step of their, again, financial goal. But it's all about providing them with information and pushing it back to them and letting them decide what the next best steps are and giving them that opportunity.
The impression is the Bank on Buffalo is very involved in the community. Is that something that's important to you?
Yeah, it's something that, again, as a community bank, that's really how we got our start. And that's something that we'll never forget, and it's something that's helped us to become so successful in the past several years. So it's a couple different things, Joe. We're involved in the community. We like to get involved with not-for-profits and help them and try to bring their cause along as much as we can. But in addition to that, the biggest thing for us is really the human capital piece. We have over 100 employees, and those individuals are out there in the community. They're volunteering for whether it's schools or churches or functions out there in the market. It's helping the community in ways with volunteer work that we pride ourselves in, we track, and we try to, again, make a difference in the communities that we serve.
We have a little over a minute left. What's the first step for an individual? I mean, banking for folks is a very private thing. They don't even talk about it with relatives, you know what I mean? So what's the first step?
The first step is to come in and have a conversation. Again, that's the best part about it, is have a conversation with one of our associates and we can assist you. We can have that conversation about, a WOW checking account, which is the premier checking account in Western New York. We figure if people entrust us with their basic checking account, we're going to help them out. We've got a WOW checking account paying 5.25% interest right now.
Wow.
So that's something as a local bank that we've been able to make a decision and adapt to the Buffalo market. And we feel if you're able to entrust us with your financial future, we're going to help you and pay you for that.
Michael, thank you. We appreciate that. For more information and answers to your questions, contact Bank on Buffalo by calling 844-510-0819 or go to bankonbuffalo.bank.
Yes.
All right, very good. Sponsorship and promotional consideration for the preceding segment was provided by the following.